me with the laugh. So, Connor was totally right earlier when he pointed out this room has something for everyone. I think my favourite bit is this neon just above the stage. If you can't read it, it says, bass is non-direction. Bass is non-direction. It's like live, laugh, love for straight men that wear Lucy and Yak. It's amazing. I should probably also flag early on, if you see my hands shaking through my set, don't worry, it's no big deal. I just have this like super cute movement disorder. I bet you're all so jealous. It's nothing to be worried about. It's called an essential tremor. I've had it my whole life, and all it basically means is I have like the steady hand of your gran on a come down. Like, it's never really bothered me, but the name itself is a bit sticky. Like essential tremor. Essential. Like what wanker was sitting in a hospital room? Essential. Water. Essential. Shelter. It's essential. Spilling every cup of coffee you will ever make. Essential. Even though, like I said, it hasn't really bothered me, but I've always had people try to make me feel better about it. They're usually quite patronising. But there was one person who was never patronising, and that was a guy I lived with at uni called Matt. Now, to give you an idea, Matt was studying economics. Matt played ultimate frisbee. Matt admitted to never washing his arsehole, we all know it. If you didn't laugh, maybe you are a Matt. But Matt turned to me one night, absolutely plastered, and went, Mate, he was English, this is English. Mate, that's amazing, that is. So when you finger someone, you're like a human vibrator. Oh, sweet baby angel Matt. It's not my tremor that makes me amazing. Nothing makes me amazing, but I'm actually quite shit. I did that line at a club inside London just before Christmas, and honestly it's been feeling a bit weird ever since. And I think it's because my ego can't take the idea of like 50 strangers thinking I'm shit in bed. But I can't think of a way of proving I'm not shit in bed. Like I have 3 minutes left, I can't get around all of you. But even if I wanted to, I couldn't, because my boyfriend and I are doing this thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called monogamy. And I said that in Portugal, and you're like, yeah, monogamy, that's a thing. I worked for 3 years in Dalston. The queers of Dalston think monogamy is like an old-timey disease like typhoid. Inside of the queers of Dalston, you're in a monogamous relationship, and they look at you like you're a Presbyterian mother of 9 who thinks Margaret Thatcher was too progressive. I don't have 9 children, surprise. I do have a baby nephew though, and he's amazing. I love him so much. He is 18 months old now, and he's turned me into a fucking loser. Like, I'm 30 years old, I have friends, on occasions I have been called cool. I shouldn't be this desperate to be liked by someone who doesn't even know their own name. But he has got me thinking more about having my own kids, which is a bit tricky, because you might have noticed I am Irish. And my partner is English, and we've chosen, for whatever reason, to build a life in England. So my child essentially would be English, and I just can't handle that. Like, I don't want to be one of those parents on TikTok being bullied by a 3-year-old for sounding funny. It would be worse with my English child, right? Because he'd bully me, then claim 2/3 of the house as his own, rename the dining room London Dining, and start centuries of sectarian violence. I can't do that measurable. And it's weird though, the kind of mix of reactions you get being Northern Irish in England, particularly between generations. Like, people my parents' sort of age, you say you're Northern Irish, and they come back with like hatred, violence, and maybe the IRA. And then you get a sexy young crowd like yourselves, and you get more potato crisps and Nadine Coyle saying flyer. And maybe the IRA had a point. But talking of the crimes of the English, do you guys remember a few years ago the producers of Love Island said that including LGBT people in the show would create logistical difficulties? Yeah, you know what? I'm confused about what queer people they've met. Because there's no one better at dealing with logistical difficulties than them. Like, who would you trust to run an international haulage company? Your dad. Sandy Toxvig, of course! And right, have you seen a queer person's spreadsheet? Your item scoring alone has conditional formatting that would blow your mind, right? And I thought, right, Alan Turing, you guys know Alan Turing, right? We think won us the war, we think master code breaker, we think invented the computer. No. That was a faggot with a spreadsheet and a dream. And little German logistical difficulties were going to get in his way. Thank you guys, you've been fantastic.